I've been putting this off for a while, but we're doing a Chaos Theory Season 5 review. I watched this a month ago on release, and it was pretty fire. Obviously, still got your Chaos Theory tidbits of lots of drama between the characters. And I still do think Camp Cretaceous beats this series by a, nautical mile. But I'm not gonna lie, Season 5 or 4, I don't remember, I think it's Season 5. Season 5 was fire. It was probably, other than the first season, the best season of the entire series. Now, from here on out, I will have spoiler stuff, so if you don't want to hear any spoilers, even though it's been out for like a month now, yeah, you might want to click off. But other than that, let's get to the meat of why you're here. You want to know if I still think this guy's a fraud. And let me tell you right now, yeah, he still is. I mean, his only new feat is catching up to a car, which, pretty much every Mega Theropod in the entire Jurassic franchise can do. So it's not even really all that impressive, I'm not gonna lie. And just to show y'all the type of fraudery this man be getting up to, look at what he did. He killed a Parasaurolophus. Do you see how small that thing is? Do you see how... His head is the size of this thing's entire body. That is a baby. That is a juvenile para at best. And look at this junk right here. Giga finally got a kill. Wow. Real impressive. You killed a baby. Wow. Look, literally, look. Look at... His head is the size of his entire body. This thing is a baby, bro. This is not a feat. And before you think he, took it down in some special way, nah, he just ambushed it. How you gonna ambush a baby para just to get a kill, bro? That is so sad. And you know what's even worse? He failed the ambush. He got spotted in 2 seconds. This guy was just too slow to run away. And if you're wondering, yes, this is the only new feat other than running down the car, I suppose. Yes, there were some moments where the Giga dogged Rexy, but we already knew he could do that. That's not nothing new. The only thing this guy still has running for him is that he can catch up to a car and he can beat up an old-ass Rexy. Wow, congratulations, Jake Paul. You can beat up a 65-year-old Mike Tyson. Oh, and a baby. Of course, you can't forget about him beating up the baby. But yeah, man, other than that, this guy did nothing, bro. Had a total of 5 seconds of screen time, and then the last time he showed up, the last time he showed up was when he was dead on the floor. Literally, this guy's last appearance in the entire show was after he got killed by Rexy and the Thera, bro. Oh my gosh, bro, get back. And I have this one dude in my comments that keeps talking about some inverse scaling on, oh, well, actually, this guy, he could beat Rexy, so obviously that means he's super strong. Big dog, Rexy was losing to a couple of raptors. He was losing to a couple of raptors in this, in one of the final segments of the show. She was getting dogged by some newborn Atrociraptors. She had to get backup from extra Rexes. She had to get backup from Buck and Doe just so that she could fend off some raptors. That's how you know this ain't Prime Rexy. You know this ain't Prime Rexy because literally in the first movie, she dogged a pack of raptors. In this show, she's getting dogged by a pack of raptors. And again, to reiterate, these things might be smarter, but they're also way weaker than the original raptors because, they're like newborns. So no, you can't use none of that, oh, Rexy's actually super strong bullshit, because she was losing to raptors! If she can find a way to lose to raptors, she's obviously going to find a way to lose to the Giga. And honestly, the fact that she even managed to beat the Giga is impressive. And yes, she needed backup, but when the hell has Rexy ever not needed backup? Anyways, rant over, Giga's still a fraud. I guess you can add the fact that he's kinda fast to the feat list, but that's about it. You're still a fraud, you still beat up an old lady, and you still lost to a blind guy. Moving on to some other things about Chaos Theory, we got the characters. And just like every other season of this junk, Ben is the GOAT. That's right, it's not the Yuri, or this fuck-ass love triangle. It is indeed Ben that's the GOAT. I mean, just look at him, bro. This guy went from this wimpy, germophobic coward to an absolute warrior standing side by side with Bumpy. To this absolute Chad of a build. Look at him! He is in the background and he's still the same height as Kenji. They quite literally gave bro the Bruce Wayne build. And not just that, he also has an Italian baddie on his side too. Oh my gosh! He's actually the GOAT. And you want to know what the best part is? My boy Ben actually has a better durability feat than the Giganotosaurus. My guy right here tanked, and I mean tanked, an entire Stegosaur Thagomizer to the side. And not just that, the thing snapped. It snapped inside of him. You know how crazy that is? That's like if you took an axe, swung it at something, hit it, and the handle just snapped. Like, you gotta understand just how crazy that is, because these things were like 3 feet long in real life. And I say in real life because the Stegosaurs in the Jurassic franchise are juiced up as hell, bro. They're probably the biggest non-sauropod herbivore out of the entire, like, Jurassic franchise. So naturally, this thing's Thagomizer is gonna be way bigger than this thing's. I mean, just look at the size difference. So the fact that this thing snapped inside of him has 2 implications. 1, the Stegosaur swung this thing hard enough to snap the bone that is, like, on the bone that the Thagomizer is made out of. Which is difficult to do, because, you know, bone is really strong. And actually, there is a third implication, one being Ben tanked that force that he needed to swing to snap the bone. He tanked that force. And not just that, not only would he have to survive the force that this thing can exert, but it also means that his abs would have had to have been strong enough to hold on to the spike and snap it, instead of just having the spike, like, rip through his side. Again, it's like if you took an axe and swung it at, like, I don't know, a tree, and then the handle snaps. That just doesn't happen, and if it does, it's not to, like a really weak tree, it's to a really strong tree. So imagine, like, this thing, this pure bone spike, right? This guy swings it at this fellow right here. Well, we're gonna say this is Ben, alright? He swings this really long, look at this. This thing is diagonal, and it nearly takes up this whole 1 meter square, right? That is a meter long spike. Swings this thing at this fellow right here, right into his abdomen. And instead of just ripping through the side of his abdomen, it sticks in and snaps off. Like, that is actually just crazy, bro. Like, the Stegosaurus might have had him looking like this, alright? But just a reminder, the Stegosaurus is like 7 tons, at least in the Jurassic universe. Like, if a 7-ton creature had you looking like this instead of looking like red paint on the floor, I would be happy. Like, yeah, he looks down, but, like, he survives this. Oh yeah, did I mention that? He survived it. And he did all of this while being the least dramatic person in the whole group. He was trying to keep everybody together. He's literally the GOAT, bro. I will not be hearing any Benjamin slander, alright? This guy, he had the best character development. He had the best overall character. He was just the best, alright? He tried his best to keep the group together. He got involved in no dramas, because, you know, getting involved in drama was just, like, the worst, honestly. That was probably the worst part of Chaos Theory, is all the drama that all the characters got into. I just never got into that. But yeah, he got involved in no dramas, tried to keep the group together, managed to actually end up keeping the group together, and overall, he's the best character, I'm not gonna lie. The others, I mean, they're alright. I'm actually kind of glad that this whole thing never worked out. I mean, I honestly thought, you know, Darius was gonna, you know, fall for the Brooklyn bait, or Kenji might have gotten back. But I'm glad that this whole thing never worked out, and they're just gonna stay as, like, homies. As for the lesbians, I mean, they're alright. Honestly, for some reason, I kind of see more chemistry between Yaz and Ben than Yaz and Sammy, but I mean, Ben's already a taken man, and, you know, Ben's the GOAT, so he's obviously going to stay loyal. But yeah, I mean, the lesbians are alright, I guess. Other than that, pretty good season. I enjoyed it. Again, you're still a fraud, but, you know, you did better than I expected. But, yeah, that's about it. See ya.